Hey, I'm Todd. Thanks for choosing to watch my video, and if you would subscribe it, like it, all that stuff, that'd be great. Otherwise, enjoy the video, and I hope it gives you the information you need and is helpful to you. Take care. So I do get a lot of comments with people saying I have saved them a lot of money, and I do get questions, hey, can I send you some money somehow? And now there is a way, if you so choose, called fan funding. You'll find it on the channel page right there. This is a 2007 Jeep Compass 2.4 liter engine. Take the cover off. This has friction fits, just going to pull up. Little knobbies fit in the rubber holes. Four coils, 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably don't even have to maybe unplug them even. You can leave them plugged in. Just take the Torx bits, 4 Torx bits for the bolts, and take the coils out. T30 Torx bit works in them. If you're having any kind of misfire issue, you can kind of look inside here for black lines called tracking, where carbon builds up and allows the spark to go somewhere else. Just kind of take a look at it, see if there's anything that's black, and maybe even a white powder, black spot with some white powder around it, usually a sign of arcing. So something to look for if you're having a misfire issue. You can also look for the black tracking or carbon tracks on the spark plugs as well. Here's our basic selection of tools. 5/8 spark plug socket, a couple different kinds there. Spark plug gapper, check the gap and adjust if needed, and a 3/8 wrench. Or impact tool sockets. Left to loosen, all these bolts are left to loosen, and spark plugs. If there's a carbon tracking issue, there'll be a black line on here, and it doesn't necessarily wipe off, kind of etched into the porcelain, so that's something to look for. Plug tip is rounded, so it's a good time for a tune-up, a spark plug replacement. So we got our spark plug. We can check the gap. Many different kinds of gappers. Say 39 to 40 right there. And the spec is 38 to 42 thousandths, so that's good. So you can just check them all. And if you need to, this gapper, you can actually put it in like this and pull up a little bit to adjust it. If it's too deep, you can tap it down a little bit. If you're using platinum plugs, you want to be careful if you're trying to gap, or even when you're checking, just be careful not to do too much damage. If you're using platinum plugs, you want to be careful not to damage the platinum or iridium tip. Just be aware of that when you're if you're trying to gap them or anything. Be very careful. You will shorten the life of your plugs when you do that. Many plugs will come with a diagram on how to install them. Looks like screwed in by hand, and then if you have it tapered, If you have a tapered spark plug, just a 1/16 of a turn extra, and if you have a gasket type, which we do have, is a 1/2 to 2/3 of a turn to tighten it. The specs say 20 foot-pounds, but that's for tapered seat plugs, which are not tapered. Ours are gaskets, so they're ready to install. A lot of debate about using a little anti-seize or not. I think they come with a little coating. I think you're pretty safe on not using it, but I also don't think there's a problem. They used to use aluminum wiring in cars in the older days, a few years ago, and so aluminum apparently does conduct electricity, so I think you'd be okay with just a little bit. But I'm just gonna drop this into place and turn it in. Touching down, can't turn it anymore. A quarter, a half, and about 2/3 there. Yeah, I'll go maybe after lunch or during lunch, whatever. Drop the coil back in, bolt it down. Of course, we'll bolt that down, plug it back in, listen for a click, click, and that will replace a spark plug. And you do the same for the other ones, and you will have replaced your spark plugs on your 2007 and other model years Jeeps and whoever uses this engine. 2.4 liter. If it looks like this under the hood and you see this setup, I bet this video will work for you. Best of luck to ya.